All right, ladies and gentlemen, TCP Supersystem here. I'm Jason. Again, using the system to identify opportunities in cryptos and equities, not financial advice. System signals interpretations are just for educational and informational purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Caveat out of the way. I wanted to bring up something today since we had a couple of news announcements with the XRP ETFs. And of course, we've got a whole host of ETFs coming in October, unless they delay them. But on the screen is the daily XRP chart at roughly $3.08. And this is my system that you see on the screen. It's not available publicly. I just like to share this for free because it's how we absolutely crush it. But I want to show you something, and then I'll show you. I don't really do predictions, but I will tell you where I think it'll go, and it's probably going to be different than most people. So right now what you're seeing is a main indicator, standard deviation, hot sensors at the bottom. The hot sensors at the bottom look decent. They're not in any kind of extreme territory or zone on either the upside or downside. And they're all three on the upside. Those go white, gray, blue, yellow, orange, red being the most opportunistic times to make decisions, whether you're in an uptrend or a downtrend. So pretty much at the beginning stages there, which is positive. Confirmed uptrend with a yellow label here, green cloud, price action right around the top of that cloud, which is perfect. But right here in the standard deviation methodologies, I want to show you this and one other thing related to leverage, which I'm also, if I had to predict a price, I would say this potentially could go to 323 to 325. But then I think it would also be more likely to see 270 before you see 350. And I'll show you why in just a minute. Um, but right here in the standard deviation methodologies, what we are wanting to see, this we're basically at an inflection point. All three of these lines, red, blue, and orange, are right at the top of that red solid zone, which is okay if it can maintain that. But for you to get higher XRP prices, we need this thing to shift higher quickly. And we want that red line to be penetrating up through those extreme zones. But if it penetrates down through that red zone, then it's all going to follow it, which makes me think this could be a bull trap, especially right before we have ETF decisions in October. Um, it's just how the system is played or how the game is played. And let me show you why. You pull up the monthly liquidation heat map for XRP. I want to show you something. The brighter the color, the more leverage there is, and that's typically where prices tend to, I guess, travel toward or migrate toward. And you can see we got this nice big uptrend. It went through those bright green levels. Didn't quite clean it all out. That's why I'm thinking 320 to 325. That would be the basically wipe everything out. And then you see all these bright colors down below this like $3 mark down to what is this 265 basically. So I think before you get positive ETF decisions, or at least a large bucket of ETF decisions that are pending, I think you could likely see this thing in the short term possibly go to 320 to 325, but I think you're likely to see 260 to 270 before all those decisions are come out by the Fed, so or SEC. So just wanted to show you guys that. I know we are big holders of XRP. We don't really sell XRP, but we do leverage other gains to pile on to our XRP bag when the opportunity is right. And this is what our system does: is shows us opportunity zones when we can best make decisions. Of course, our decisions may not be suitable to you. Again, I'm just a guy on the internet, not a financial advisor. And if you look at some of my previous videos the last couple of days, you will see that this system has absolutely nailed it, or my interpretations of and how we leverage this system has absolutely nailed it. Excuse me. And so we'll see where this goes. This typically wouldn't be an area where I would trade because it's kind of in the cloud or right at the edge of the cloud. A lot of times I will say and this is why I say 320 to 325 is when you get these, I guess, transformations or reversal trends here, or trend reversals. You go from red to green. You usually see this little spike like this, a retracement to the top of the cloud. Then it usually goes higher. And I'll show you just real quick, just like if you don't want to look at the other two videos, the last couple of days, we went heavy into Clean Spark, and we kind of had the same deal. We saw the little spike, a little retracement to the top of the cloud, and then boom, off it went. And I don't know if I don't know if, yes, let's see if near was the same way. Yep. So we also went into near as well at 282, and you'll notice that 282 is basically in this candle right here. You saw the spike up, the retracement, and then boom. So it's all the same, and this is how our system works. But now, looking at XRP, little spike up, retracement to the top of the cloud, and are we going to get that boom? And if we get that boom, how high does it go? And I think you're going to look at those liquidation levels, sorry, which would be around 320 to 325. So that'd be somewhere right in this range, right about here. So not that much higher. And then I think you might see somewhere down here between this 100-day or 200-day and this 100-day moving average. So right around this 265 mark is where I'd be really paying attention to. Should get some support there. If not at these other levels like 280, 250. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, or maybe you didn't. But again, we're long-term XRP holders. We don't sell, we only add. I think we all have a feeling of what's coming, but we'll see if it pans out that way. But if you like this content, go back and look at the other videos. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Like, share, subscribe. It's all for free. I do this because I want to, not because I have to. And we will see you in the next one. Thank you.